Welcome everyone to episode 19 of Custom Corner. Today we're reviewing a custom of a character that is relatively new, but has been adapted in many ways by the Transformer fandom, whether that be in stop motion, or in other media, mainly stop motion, which is where I got the inspiration for this. Today we're looking at my custom Autobot mercenary Stinger. So Stinger is a character that I believe was introduced in Age of Extinction. But a lot of people have twisted his story into him being a bounty hunter or being Bumblebee's brother. And this custom was inspired by another YouTuber similar to Xtron SM. This one was inspired by Crooked Window Studios, and because he made a custom very similar to this, and I'll pop a picture of the custom up now.
This is the one I was inspired by, but then he changed it.
And when the video starts, you'll see the difference. But let's get into the video so you can see said differences. Here is my custom Stinger. Now, a lot of this design, or inspiration for this custom, was taken from Crooked Windows Productions, or Crooked Windows Studios. I think it's Studios. And with his custom Stinger from his Transformers series, Transformers Homebound, where Stinger was a member of the Elite Guard and Bumblebee's brother, but betrays him to join the Decepticons, then later joins the Autobots again to become neutral. So this is a lot inspired by that, but I did not remove the back wheels. Crooked Windows did. I did remove almost everything. I removed the backpack, the back of the front of the cars that would go here. I blue tacked the wheels inside, which I know Crooked did. He glued in the wheels. I think I've added more red into a few areas, but I believe Crooked Windows custom was very similar to this. It had the same color scheme, the same base, but I believe more black and a darker red. This is more of a light red. He doesn't have a weapon because I haven't given him one yet, and I don't have one that I think suits him. He obviously can't transform because literally half of the car was on his back and that is now gone. So, in my universe, he transforms into this red and black Bugatti, which itself can transform. Could do that. And Stinger just fell over. I have a few of these Bugattis. I have, I think, 4. Speaking of Bugattis, but I don't use them as Transformers. I just use them as spare cars for vehicle modes. But yeah, this was obviously used from the World War II Bumblebee mold, which I do want to get another one because I actually have a figure timeline for Stinger. And World War II Bumblebee is part of that timeline. And I'm also going to be making a second version to Stinger in the future. I think probably with the Sparkless Bot mold and the Siege Red Alert mold, or the Sideswipe mold, painted with some black. And then give him a side blaster. Because in Crooked Window's original design, he actually glued some pieces onto the arm here from, I think, the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee on this arm, and also glued on a gun. He also glued on 2 back doors onto about here, and brought this piece, and removed all of this, all of the cable that was on here to put in the wheels and glued them in. I did saw off the backpack. I did do that. I did bring off the whole front of the vehicle and glued in the wheels, but I do want to keep these because if you fold it forward, it gives the illusion that he's actually transforming. So from the front, it looks like he's actually transforming, and transforming back, you know, just to make it seem like he actually is transforming. So yeah, I don't like gluing pieces to figures, especially weapons. That's my computer going off again. But I have done my best to do that design justice, although it is a pain in the ass to stand up. Stand up, you bitch. Stand up. There. Okay. But yeah, I do really like the idea of Stinger being an Autobot and then betraying Bumblebee and his brothers to become a Decepticon, and then realizing that the Decepticons are wrong, and then joining the Autobots again, or becoming a bounty hunter first, then becoming an Autobot, you know, and then like teaming up, reuniting with his brothers, Bumblebee, Goldbug, Cliffjumper, you know. In my universe, Goldbug and Bumblebee are 2 different characters. But yeah, I really do like that idea. I will be getting the Studio Series version, but not to use as Stinger. He'll be a KSI drone for KSI along with the KSI Sentry. But yeah, this is a really good figure. The reason I made this custom was because 1, I had a spare Bumblebee, 2, I had the Bumblebee that I needed to make the design, and 3, Alexa, shut up. I really like the design, and I really do like Crooked Windows Productions, Crooked Windows Studios Hunted series. I think it's really good. And I do wish they would continue the series, although I know he isn't. I've actually gone over this guy in the past so many times with my old black pens, that this brand, and the black would always come off, and the red would come off too. So far, the black and the red are holding up pretty well, and I'm really happy about that. Although this figure will definitely be going on the shelf once I get a new custom Stinger, because he falls down very easily due to him having like no heels at all. Apart from that, he's a really good figure, and World War II Bumblebee does not deserve all the hate that he gets. I think it's a good figure. The major backpack, but if you saw that off or remove the pin, it's so much better. So much better. That small difference makes such a difference. And bearing in mind, if we didn't get this, we wouldn't have gotten B-127 or Cliffjumper or Nest Bumblebee or Jeep Bumblebee or good Bumblebees like that. Okay? Don't complain about this guy. But yeah, I do think that I will probably have to do some more customization to this figure in the future, because I've done so many times, with sometimes adding a little more black, having it go over certain areas with paint. I still need to give him a gun. He doesn't have a gun, which is annoying. Whenever I get a figure, I always test if it has an extra gun. I always test it with this to see if it fits, and it usually doesn't. And it's so annoying that he doesn't have a wrist hole, like a hole in his arm for like a wrist gun. because that would look so much better. Also, I made him a little ship. I don't know what to call it yet. Maybe like the Hive or something like that. But that is Stinger's ship. Made out of completely Lego. Don't know what I'm going to call it, but it's specifically Stinger's. Also got another one here. This is probably an Autobot ship. Maybe the Xanthium or something. But yeah, that's basically the end of the review. Do check out Crooked Windows on Instagram so you can see more of his custom, because it looks so good. So good. So good. It's a really good custom. And honestly, it's really good. He's a really good customizer. He customizes a lot and they're really good. I do have another idea for a custom, also based on one of his. But I'll save that for future. Shush! You goddamn computer, always interrupting. Anyway, for this, being not my original design, and me repainting it a lot, but being a good custom, I'd rate this figure an 8 out of 10, because I can't give it a 10 because it's not my design, and it's gone through a lot of errors, and it doesn't have a gun yet, so it's technically not fully complete. But apart from that, it's really good. So I can't give it higher than an 8. Although I don't think it deserves anything lower than an 8 either. So there you go. That was my review of my custom Stinger. Subscribe, like the video, and also comment down below what your rating for this guy would be if you don't agree with mine. Again, please check out Crooked Windows on Instagram. He's so good with customs. He posts a lot about his customs and his stop motion series. If you like action and you like stop motion, he is the place for you, my friend. He is really good. But enough with that. I'm not getting paid to do this, by the way, so, but yeah, that's the end. Also, follow me on Instagram, because, I did a live stream earlier today, about 12 o'clock, so thank you for all those who attended that, and, thank you. I really do appreciate, all 100 of you people following me on Instagram. That means a lot, to think that a small 50, not even 50 subscriber YouTuber could have 100 followers on Instagram. Thank you. If your question didn't get answered in the live stream, you could comment down below right now, and I will respond. I respond to all my comments, no matter what, or I heart it or like it. If I don't respond to it, but I always show acknowledgement. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Stay tuned for the next one. Follow me on Instagram so you can vote on which custom gets reviewed next, and so you can vote on what video ideas make it into the filming stage. Goodbye.